Hello again and welcome back to Storm Talk. Today we are going to be looking at Arthas, the Lich King. So, you can take a moment to read his backstory, and we'll take a moment to look at his character design. His character design's pretty nice, not a lot of clipping, although one of Frostmore's hilt guards does seem to have a romance going on with his knee. What is that? Shin? Those are shin guards. Yep, those are shin guards. Also, his capes seem to love his gauntlets, but his cape floats, so it's a little bit excusable. His trait is an activatable trait. His trait is an activatable trait called Frostmourne Hungers. Activate it to empower his next attack, which will also restore mana. Has a 12-second cooldown. His basic abilities are Death Coil. It deals damage to a target or heals him. Howling Blast, root and damage enemies in an area. And Frozen Tempest, damage and slow nearby enemies. It drains mana while active. His heroic abilities are Summon Sindragosa. Summoning Sindragosa to slow and damage enemies, freeze minions, and structures. Or Army of the Dead. Summon ghouls that can be sacrificed to heal yourself. His skins.
I can offer you unlimited power.
He has the General Lich King skin. You have Lich King with color, Lich King's emo phase, and albino Lich King. You have Master Arthas, which is kind of cool, and color variations. Frostworm Arthas, and color variations. This one, I actually do like its cape, and how when you change colors, it looks like his cape was ripped out of different dragons. So you have here a bit of a purple cape, which looks kind of like one of his undead Frostworms. It was ripped out of, actually probably looks like it was ripped out of a gargoyle. Whereas with his orange skin, it looks like it was ripped almost directly from Alexstrasza herself. And with green, it looks like it was ripped from a corrupted green dragon, or possibly one of Ysera's Dream Brood. But yeah, and you have Crowned Prince Arthas, who doesn't have a crown. Now, in my opinion, I think that they should have replaced Crown Prince Arthas with replaced his Frostmourne with his hammer, and using Crown Prince Arthas, your Death Coil should have been like something like Holy Smite, and they should have just kind of rethemed things a little bit so that it was, because you can see he still has his Paladin books, he still has his Sigil of Lordamar, yeah. But anyway, we're gonna go with Master King. Okay. Now to display his abilities. Unmount. So, Death Coil has a medium range and can be cast on yourself, but like most heals, requires you to be hurt. So you can cast it on yourself. Howling Blast and Frost Tempest. As you can see, Death Coil deals 94 damage or heals for 104. Howling Blast roots enemies for 1.5 seconds and deals 36 damage. And Frozen Tempest deals 23 damage per second and slows by 6%, up to 30% stacking. Also, Frostmourne Hungers, your next basic attack will deal 100% increased damage and restore 30%, or 30 mana. 30% mana would be nice, though. So, as you can see here, 47, 94. His stats... His stats are 1,040 HP at level 1 with 2.17 regeneration, 500 mana with 3 regeneration, attack range of 2, attack damage of 47, attack speed of 1 second, and just generally not bad stats. Now we're going to go ahead and level him up.
Choose a talent.
At level 30, he has 7,420 health with a regeneration of 15.42. I think that gives him like one of the highest base regenerations out there. He has mana, 790 mana with a regeneration of 5.83, and he does 308 damage. Not bad at all. Now for his talents, we have Block, 50% damage twice general talents. Frost Presence, Howling Blast's cooldown is lowered by 2 seconds. That lowers it to 10. Frozen Waste, Frozen Tempest radius is increased by 33%. And Regeneration Master. I always take Regeneration Master because as a tank, a lot of health is good. Getting that health back faster is also good. Having a lot of health and getting it back really fast is priceless. But since we're doing first twos, we're going to take Frost Presence.
Choose a talent.
At level 4, you have Superiority. Non-heroes don't deal as much damage to you. General talent. Internal Hunger. The mana restored by Frostmourne is increased to 60. It doubles. Deconstruction. The damage boost of Frostmourne Hungers increases by 150 damage. And Envenom. The general talent. Literally, Eternal Hunger or Destruction. Either of them are good. Flip a coin. I'm going to take Eternal Hunger because it's the first two. Generally, I take Destruction. And we'll get into why in a couple of levels.
Choose a talent.
So, a couple of levels later, we are now at level 7. You have Rune Tap. Probably one of the best skills Arthas has. In fact, enemy Arthas uses it all the time. Every third basic attack kills you for 6% of your maximum HP. It says consecutive on the tooltip, but it doesn't have to be consecutive. And it doesn't have to be against the same target, and it doesn't have to be... Well, let's demonstrate a little. Actually, I don't have it, so I can't demonstrate it. It doesn't have to hit, do something else, hit type thing will still activate it. I'm rambling. Let's continue. Obliterate. Frostmourne Hungers also hits enemies near it for 50% of the damage. Frostmourne Strikes. Frostmourne Hungers also slows targets for 40% for 1.5 seconds. And Death Touch. Death Coil causes enemy minions to explode, killing them instantly and dealing damage around. Honestly, if you have a healer on your team, take Death Touch most of the time. Obliterate's also a good one, but Death Touch turns you into a grenade thrower, basically. But I'm going to take Rune Tap. It's a strong, and it's your tankier talent.
Choose a talent.
At level 10, we're going to take Army of the Dead. Summon ghouls that last for 15 seconds. You can sacrifice them for health. They last for 15 seconds. and you can sacrifice each ghoul for 1,000 health at level 30. I'm not hurt. Let's take a little bit of damage while I continue on. So, as I was saying, one thing that you might think, it's like, oh, but it sacrificed a ghoul, not sacrificed them for 1,000 hit points each. So, oh, I'm hurt. I'm going to wait till the 15 seconds is almost over, and then I'm going to sacrifice one. Thing is it has a cooldown. So, if you're not taking damage, just let them last the full duration. If not, since you summon 6 of them, I think. Yeah, 6 of them. After about 10 seconds, you can just kind of start pressing R. If you don't have any damage missing, you won't still kill them. If you do, well, then you're healing, and healing is extremely important. At level 13, you have Spell Shield, General Talent, Relentless, General Talent. You also get Trail of Frost, Howling Blast will impact enemies while traveling. If you notice, there's the little traveling wave. This allows it to hit multiple targets on the way. Biting Force, Frozen Tempest damage, and cost increased by 50%. I don't like it personally, but it's not. I've seen people do very good things with it. Most people I see go for Traveling Frost. Of course, this time we're going to take Relentless because it's one of the first two.
Choose a talent.
Now, here's where it gets tricky. Frostmourne feeds. Frostmourne's hunger applies to 2 of your next 2 basic attacks. This is nice because if you notice, Obliterate and/or Frost Strike, and Eternal Hunger Internal Hunger or Destruction, Obliterate or Frost Strike, you get to do that twice. So if you take 150% damage, that's plus 300 damage from one ability. Also, if you take that, it also does an additional 100% AoE damage. It's nice. It really is. You also have Immortal Coil. Death Coil always heals you, even when it's used on an enemy. And if you use it on yourself, it increases the amount by 50%. This is what I normally take. Especially if mixed with the Death Touch, you get a heal, you destroy enemy minions, and if you need to use it on yourself, you still have that 150% bump. Embrace Death is also nice. Death Coil deals 20% more damage for each 10% of life you're missing. The thing is, if you've built any form of, like, you built regeneration, if you have Rune Tap, you're not missing health, so big whoop. Then Stone Skin, the General Talent.
Choose a talent.
Now, at level 20, his Storm abilities, Resurgence of the Storm. Upon dying, you revive, 5 seconds. Fury of the Storm, bouncing attacks. Legion of Northrend. 3 additional ghouls are spawned, and they last 50% longer. This is what we're going to be taking. Now, without minions, you can kind of see he's extremely potent. You activate your minions, the towers will automatically go after them. It's like, oh, I'm not dealing enough damage. Frostmourne hungers for a couple of extra hits. Oh, did they hit me? No. Like, let's go in then. I can even activate my AoE to actually deal more damage. And if the buildings get a little bit hassly, I could just hit myself with a Death Coil. Like, literally, just walking through a building, I took virtually no damage up until the point where I started walking away. And I'm back to full. Now, to display this in combat, do note I am also against an Arthas. So I'm going to activate my AoE, come in, drop in here. Not even using my ult. And he's gone. Okay, let's go ahead and reset levels, minions, and refresh the ports. And let's just level up to 20.
Choose a talent.
Now, this is a build that I've used only once so far, and I liked it. So I'm going to show it to you. It seemed good. It might not be the most best of them all, but we'll see. Regeneration Master, Destruction, Death Touch, Summon Syndragosa, deals 450 damage, slows enemy heroes, and freezes minions for 10 seconds, and structures for 20 seconds.
Choose a talent.
So to display that a little bit,
Shall suffer.
come in through here, drop Syndragosa, $20 seconds. That's 20 seconds of I don't care anymore. Reset cooldowns, and let's continue. The first time, I ended up taking Spell Shield, just because I felt that it was a little bit better for survivability, but Trail of Frost is a better choice.
Choose a talent.
And, obviously, Immortal Coil.
Suitable.
Absolute Zero. Syndragosa flies twice as far. Enemy heroes are rooted for 1.5 seconds and slowed for 60% for 1.5 seconds. So,
Frostborn hungers.
yeah. I'm going to stand at my keep. I'm just going to stand right in front of my keep. Oh, yeah, I can hit theirs.
Syndragosa, let loose your wrath.
Like, now, of course, using clear cooldown, I accelerated that by, like,
That's a
500 seconds. But literally, I'm in lane, and once every minute and a half and change, Syndragosa into the middle of their base for no reason. I'm not fighting. Nothing happens. Go ahead and reset all that. And let's go ahead and toggle minions so we can kind of display this build a little bit. So, you remember I did take the Death minion. Always targets the Mage minion. He stands in the middle of the minion pack, which allows you to, well, damage every minion. But, as well as damaging every minion, it allows you to kill the Mage minion, which is extremely important because that little guy drops the regeneration orb that we need to feed our regeneration mastery. Now, if you notice, I did actually waste the Syndragosa shooting her backwards, but not a big deal. I was not meaning to hit that, but yeah, as you can see, devastating in combat. It's actually kind of one of those funny things. Arthas is widely considered to be one of the worst tanks. Or let me rephrase that. Was widely considered to be one of the worst tanks because, plain and simple, of all the tanks, he has a lot of HP. But he has a pretty low health HP maximum. He has a pretty low health regeneration. His mana maximum is not that high for a caster-ish character. His mana regeneration is extremely low for a caster character. He has high damage, which is normal for a tank. His abilities are mostly around freezing people in place, slowing them. Like, yeah, he does have that one ability that's like, oh, instant kill minions. Like, just to insta-give. But then he also has another ability that increases, like, literally is a critical. Like, he has another ability which is literally just walk up to something, critical it. So, for a while there, he was literally considered to be one of the worst tanks in the game. Not because he was a bad tank so much, as he was just weird. He's basically a CC tank. You'll win fights with him if you focus using him to slow down, stun, and just punch people in the face. As compared to mini tanks, where you'll win fights if you focus on getting punched in the face. Arthas actually is probably closer to a warrior or brawler from League of Legends, Dota, and Smite. He's not really a tank or a guardian. His job is he's a heavy attacker. He's not really a tank. But, yeah. We'll go into all that some other day. This was my little storm talk on Arthas. Well, little. That's a figurative word. I hope it was informative and enjoyable. And have a nice day.